and welcome to today's video. Today's video is a foundation review. I'm going to be doing a review on all of these foundations. So the first foundation that I want to talk about today is probably one of the most popular drugstore foundations, and it is the L'Oreal True Match. I have this in colour Vanilla Rose, which is quite light but still a little bit too dark for me because I am super light, but it's good, you know, it's good. It's a bit pinky for me, you know. I want a little bit more yellowy, but it's a little bit pinky, but I'm not sure if this is the lightest one they do. Anyway, moving on, ramble on about that. I love this foundation. This is a foundation that I can go to on a daily basis and just have it as a really light coverage, or then I can really build it for a night out. I know this is going to stay on my face pretty much all day. It is a nice dewy finish. It doesn't finish very matte, so it you know, if you really like a matte coverage, I don't know if this one's for you, but I love this one. This is definitely my top pick of all the drugstore foundations. So go and check it out. It's not that expensive. I think it's like, it's under €10 or £10, around there. Okay, so this one is my number one pick and I love it. Next is the Fit Me foundation by Maybelline. I've heard that this is not very good for oily skin, but I have oily skin and I really like it. It's really dewy and I would say it's a lot thinner than the True Match. It's supposed to be sort of like their version of the True Match. I'm loving this as well. I really do like wearing this. It's buildable. There's not much really you can say about it. It comes with a pump. I got it actually in the lightest shade that they do, which is 105. This is perfect for my skin because I am stupidly pale. I was quite disappointed because the drugstore doesn't have a massive colour range of this. But online there's lots to choose from, so if you can't find your colour, go online or go to a bigger drugstore. I feel like this is probably more of an everyday foundation. The True Match is probably, you know, every other day. This would be an everyday one. It's very thin, just nice. It's a nice foundation, but it's very low coverage. Low coverage? No coverage. It's a natural foundation. If you want like to look like your skin but a little bit better, but you're still gonna see a few like freckles and dark bits through it, this is gonna happen. So if you want a very natural foundation, I would go for this one. The next one is the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless Foundation 3-in-1. So this has got a primer, a concealer and a foundation. I really like this foundation. It does make your skin a little bit, it looks a little bit dry. It does look a bit dry on your skin, so if you have dry skin, I don't know if this will work for you. The coverage is great. I love the full coverage of this. I could put 2 pumps and I've got full coverage, so if you are looking for a full coverage foundation, this is probably going to be for you. And the colour of this is super light. If anything, I think it's probably a little bit too light for me. This is Light Ivory 40 and I think it's probably too light, so maybe I will get the shade up from this because the coverage is really good and it's also really good in this humidity. It's been staying on my face, which at the end of the day, that is what you want. You want your foundation to stay on your face in this horrendous humidity. So I would give this a go if you want a full coverage foundation. I would also probably stay away from it if you've got dry skin, because even on me it just looks a little bit like it could make it does make my skin a little bit dry. So if you do have dry skin, just stay away from it. It's probably not going to be the best thing for you. Next, I have the Maybelline Dream Fresh 8-in-1 BB Cream. This has been a great everyday foundation. Now these other ones are all quite, you know, thick compared to this. This has been brilliant. If you want a really nice dewy complexion that's not, you know, too much like you have a big face of makeup on, this is perfect. I would recommend this, but I have it in the light and it's a little bit dark. I really have to blend it in. which is fine. You know, I don't mind doing that. It just gives a really nice, like your skin but better, and that's what we all want. We want really nice looking skin. This has just been really, really good. I have been loving wearing this, especially on the days when it's really, really sunny outside and I do not want to put like a really thick foundation on like them lot. Then this is the one I go to. And I put this on with a brush and it just goes on like a dream. So, oh, dream fresh, it goes on like a dream. So yes, I would recommend this if you have got all types of skin, because I have oily skin and I've heard that this is supposed to just like run off oily skin, but it really doesn't. It just gives it a really nice dewy finish. So if you are wanting a really nice like sun-kissed, you're going to be using like a cream blush and a cream bronzer and a cream everything, put this on as your base. Very cool. Next, I have the Max Factor Soft Resistant Makeup Foundation, and I really, really like this one. For a soft, like, tube foundation, I thought it was going to be very watery, and it's not. It's really thick, and you can get a really good full coverage. But once again, with Max Factor, it does dry your face out a little bit. It just leaves this really weird, like, dry consistency on your face. Until you try it, you will not know what I mean, but I still love it because it really does work with my oily skin. It just mattifies everything. And I also mixed it a little bit with the True Match, and these together was like my crazy amazing combination, because they just left my skin looking like flawless and airbrushed. So these two together, and the colour as well, because this is a little bit too light and this is a little bit too dark, this makes the perfect colour for me. So I'm loving using these together. I haven't used this on its own for about 3 or 4 weeks now, because the sun's come out and I would say my skin tone has gone a little bit darker. Not too much, because I'm very fair and I don't really catch the sun, but it definitely is a bit too light for me at the moment. But if you have really light skin, probably like combination to oily, really light skin, I would give this a go. I had massive trouble finding super light foundations in the drugstore. Max Factor have definitely cracked it for me. They are like the lightest foundations in the drugstore. Even though, you know, I can go to the Maybelline counter and this is like the lightest they do, it's still nothing compared to the Max Factor. Max Factor is just, you know, really good for light skin. Right guys, that was my makeup review. I hope it was informative. I actually really do like all 5 of these foundations. They're just very different. I like all 5, but I like them all in different ways and to wear for different like days and scenarios. That near enough rhymed. Different ways for different days. Right. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment bar below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!